Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to call the March 2nd, 2026 Crest Hill City Council meeting to order at 7 o'clock p.m. I would ask that everyone please rise, remove your caps, and please, for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, and please remain standing after the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As you are all aware, we lost a wonderful individual 2 weeks ago, Reverend Jesse Jackson. His work changed this country for the better. His contributions changed the world for the better. Reverend Jesse Jackson died on February 17th, 2026. He was 84 years old. He dedicated himself relentlessly to justice, equality, and opportunity for all people. He fought tirelessly for equal rights for all people to the end of his life. He was a voice for the voiceless. So we as the city of Crest Hill want to offer our condolences to the Jackson family for all the contributions that he made to this country, to the city of Chicago, the surrounding communities in Illinois. His work will never be forgotten. We still have a long way to go, but he brought this country forward in leaps and bounds over the years. So in his memory, I'm going to be asking for a moment of silence soon. And his moniker, Keep Hope Alive. We also had a tragic accident in the Joliet area a couple weeks ago. A young gentleman by the name of Jaden Norris was killed in a vehicle accident on Hobolt Road, coming home from work. His grandfather's in the audience tonight, Mr. Gary Hare. So we as a city of Crest Hill want to offer our condolences to you and your family on your loss. We will always remember him in our thoughts and our prayers. So I would ask for a moment of silence for Reverend Jesse Jackson and for Jaden Norris. Thank you. Roll call, please, Chris.
Ray Solomon.
Here.
Jamie Malloy.
I'm here.
Scott Dyke.
Here.
Angelo DeSario.
Here.
Darrell Jefferson.
Here.
Claudia Gazal.
Here.
Tina Oberlin.
Present.
Mark Sapiti.
Here.
Nate Albert.
Here.
Joe Kuba.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to number 4 on the agenda, citizen special requests and public hearings. We do have special requests. We have several guests here this evening from the DeMolay organization. They are a part of the younger persons of the Masons group, and they are celebrating their 107th anniversary as a club. So I'd like to begin these ceremonies. We certainly want to honor them. So I would ask for the reading of the proclamation for approval, and we'll begin with Alderman Kubal this evening.
Whereas the Order of DeLeMay was chartered on April 1st, 1919, and is a charter building organization of young men from 12 to 21 years of age, and
Whereas, under the mentorship of adults, these young men are taught to prepare themselves to become better citizens and better leaders for tomorrow through the use of a variety of self-directed, real-world applications and activities, and
Whereas the philosophies of DeMolay are centered in the 7 cardinal virtues of filial love, reverence, courtesy, comradeship, fidelity, cleanness, and patriotism, and
Whereas Demolay helps develop young men of character into good men of all ages, and by reaching leadership skills, civic awareness, responsibility, and character development, and
Whereas the organization has carried out the aforementioned goals for 107 years through programs of athletic, competitions, social activities, civic services, and charitable projects, and
Whereas Demolay International is currently celebrating its 107th celebration and will use this opportunity to advise citizens of their many activities and to recognize the millions of active and senior Demolay members throughout the world. And
Whereas the Order of De Lomé has grown to 11,345 members in over 1,000 chapters worldwide and locally. Swordsman Chapter number 14029 of the Order of De Lomé will absorb 2026 as its 52nd anniversary from the original charter.
Now, therefore, I, Raymond R. Solomon, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Crest Hill, do hereby proclaim the month of March 2026 as Demolay Month in the city of Crest Hill, in celebration of their 107th anniversary, and urge all citizens to join me in saluting the young men of the Order of Demolay and expressing appreciation for the fine example set by them in contributing to the welfare of our community. Given under my hand and the corporate seal of the city of Crest Hill this second day of March, 2026.
Motion would be in order for
so
approval.
moved as presented.
second.
We have motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by Alderwoman Gazal. Questions or comments in regards to the motion? Roll call, please, Chris.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
Angelo DeSario,
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson,
yes,
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes,
Mark Sepiti,
yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
and Joe Kubal.
Yes.
All right, I would ask if Alderman DeSario will join me at the podium, please.
What is it? Peter. Peter. Yeah, we call him Henry, we call him Esmeralda. He's a good young man.
All right, so, first of all, we'd like to make a presentation here to this young gentleman representing the Demolay organization at the Masons, who are on Midland Avenue in Joliet, on their 107th anniversary. And let me tell you, Peter Thompson, the gentleman standing next to you was here probably 15 years ago. Yeah, about your age. And we gave him this same proclamation on the anniversary then. And he was a fine young man then, and he has turned into a finer young man now. So, we are hoping the same thing's going to happen to you as you grow and mature, and you stay in the Demolay, and then you become a Mason, and you move yourself right up the ranks like this gentleman, Sante's father, who's now on our city council, is one of the high-ranking members in the Demolay. And he worked diligently with the city of Crest Hill at Ladise, at our Crest Hill picnic. And that's how we got to know the Demolay young men of this organization back 10, 15 years ago. And we still have that same relationship with them now. So on behalf of the entire city council, the mayor, all the residents of the city of Crest Hill, I would like to present you with this plaque that you can take back to your home office at the Mason Center and you can hang on the wall. Fair enough? And to Sante, you did grow into a fine young man, so I appreciate that. congratulations to you, Peter. You can certainly say anything you like at the podium. And then I have a special statement for Mr. DeSario also. It's all yours.
Thank you. Thank you for this proclamation, and we love just being a part of this community. If there's anything we can help with, just tell us and we'll come help. For helping us with our chapter and sponsoring it, I'd like to present you with this Hats Off Award.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you, young man. And you did a fine job. You reminded me of Sante here 15 years ago.
Thank you.
All right, take your plaque. Thank you for this. And then to Mr. DeSario, Alderman DeSario, I'd like to give him a copy of what we just read, for he can have and he can take back to the home office also. So I know you've been involved with the Masons for a very long time. You've been involved with the Demo Lake kids a very long time. Your participation, your commitment, your dedication, your loyalty to this group with the Demo Lake kids have turned a lot of lives around. So thank you for everything that you've done for them, for all of them, and the ones you will continue to do more in the future, because you've turned young boys into fine young men. So,
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you
Mayor.
for that. And Sante, again, thank you. If you'd like to say anything, we'll see if you still have your talking skills. Feel free.
Well, thank you very much. I apologize for my voice. It's a little hoarse right now. But thank you very much for the continued years of support to the Order of DeMolay within Crest Hill and the surrounding areas, as well as Swordsman Chapter in particular. Peter here is not a new member by any means. He is actually serving as what we call our master counselor, which would be our president of our local chapter. And he is 12 years old, so getting up here tonight and speaking in front of everybody present and those that are watching at home it's a great thing to see young men in our community taking the next step towards being leaders in our community. But thank you very much.
Well, Mr. Mayor and Council, to reiterate what Sante said and what Peter has said, we do fully thank you so much for all the support you've given to our chapter and DeMolay as a whole. I do thank you so much. It's been a long time. As Mr. Mayor said, it's been 12 or 15 years that we've been coming here. We do look forward to helping out and donating our time and our services whenever requested, and we will continue to do so. Thank you.
And behind every man is a great woman, and Carol DeSario is here also. Carol, would you like to say anything? You're good. Gary, anything? I know you're a longtime Mason also. Okay, I will open it up.
I would like to say, if I can, Mr.
Sure.
Mayor, one of our members is Jaden Norris, who you just mentioned.
Okay.
He was and still is a great young man, and he is somebody that should be highly respected in our community. And I do owe a debt of gratitude to my brother Gary there for introducing him to me and allowing me to attempt to mentor him as much as I could. So it's a deep loss for us.
We're sorry for your loss. And that was a tragic accident that happened. It should have never happened. So, I will open it up from City Council. Anybody like to make comment in regards to the Masons? Or the
I
DeMolay?
will congratulate you on another fine speech, young man, and another year of your services here. And, you know, we go way back, Angela.
We do.
We had a lot less gray hair then. So keep up the good work with these youngsters and encouraging them to be great leaders. Thank you.
Well, I just want to say, first of all, the mayor did not wear your tie.
Oh.
Keep that in mind for the record. Like that for the record. Second, I think this young man helped us with the Winterfest. And you did an amazing job. You refused to eat, you refused to take snacks, you refused to take a break. So I do have to tell you, you did an amazing job, and thank you for your support. We do have an Easter event if you'd like to volunteer. We're more than happy to have you. But congratulations for your age. You're doing so great. I can see an amazing future ahead of you for what are you doing. So keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you do for the community. It's great to see young men like yourself turn into even greater young adults. and congratulations and thank you for all you do.
Ditto what they just said. Appreciate all you do for the community. Angelo, to all your brothers and your leadership, thank you for continuing to guide these young gentlemen into great leaders. Thank you.
Thank you for your service, all three of you gentlemen.
Yes, thank you for all you've done and continue to do for the community. I think it's a great thing, and you're setting a great example. So thank you.
Thank you. And if I can, Mr. Mayor. Sure. One last thing. Peter here is not the first Thompson to be involved in DMLA. Unfortunately, his two brothers could not be with us tonight because they're both down with an illness, but they are both members of Swordsman Chapter. Between the three of them, the three brothers, they have won what we call our ritual competition for the last 3 years in a row, which is an amazing feat, seeing we only had 3 guys compete, and for them to win a state level competition with 3 guys is an amazing task. Their memorization skills are beyond compared to anybody that I've ever seen, to include myself and Sate. But that comes from a long-standing tradition of DMLA, as their father was also a DMLA in Ohio. And I think he has a little influence on them on that. So they're great young men, the 3 of them, and I'm proud to see what Peter here is accomplishing and going to accomplish in the future.
You have a bright future, young man. Congratulations. Okay, you're more than welcome to stay, but we will not be offended if you have to leave. I know it's a school night. Okay, we have before us 16 consent agenda items. Next on the agenda is if anyone would like to make public comment on any one of these 16 agenda items, please step to the podium, state your name for the record. Your address is optional. Let the record show that no one has approached the podium. So we are going to move on to the approval of the consent agenda items. As I said, we have 16 consent agenda items to be read this evening. I would ask of any of the city council elected officials if they would like to have any of the agenda items removed for further discussion. I did receive a message from Alderman Sapiti that he requested 6C for the minutes of the February 23rd meeting to be pulled for further discussion. Do you still wish to have that, Mark?
No. Since that request, there has been an amended version of those minutes produced and posted, and I'm okay with the changes that were made.
Okay. Anybody on the elected officials wish to have any of the 16 removed for further discussion? Hearing none, bear with me. Some of these are a little bit lengthy, so I will continue with the reading of the consent agenda items. Consent agenda item 6A, approval of the minutes of the regular city council meeting held on February 17th, 2026. Consent agenda item 6B, approval of the minutes from the special work session meeting held on February 23rd, 2026, regarding PFAS and civil service. Consent agenda item 6C, approval of the minutes of the work session held on February 23rd, 2026. Consent agenda item 6D, approval of a resolution approving an amendment, change order number 2, to the construction agreement by and between the City of Crest Hill, Will County, Illinois, and Perpal Construction Limited for CIPP Water Main Rehabilitation Phase 1 improvements. Consent agenda item 6E, approve pay request number 2 from Perpal Construction USA LLC with the direction to Strand and Associates to send it to the IEPA for approval and disbursement for a total amount of $454,115.60. Consent agenda item 6F, approve a resolution approving a purchase order by and between the City of Crest Hill, Will County, Illinois, and Your Type 3D event letters for the purchase of 3 custom Crest Hill historic Route 66 signs. Consent agenda item 6G, approve a resolution approving a facade improvement grant for Sopranos Pizza and Catering located at 20641 Renwick Road. Consent agenda item 6H, approval of the packaged liquor license for OM Lucky Brothers 2 Incorporated, the Shell gas station located at 251 Caton Farm Road. Consent agenda item 6I, approve an ordinance amending Title II, Administration and Personnel, Chapter 2.30, Employee Relations Manager / Assistant to the Finance Director of the City of Crest Hill City Code. Consent agenda item 6J, approve an ordinance amending Title II, Administration and Personnel, Chapter 2.50, Director of Public Works Department, and repealing Chapter 2.52, Street Department, and Chapter 2.54, Water and Wastewater Department of the Crest Hill City Code. Consent agenda item 6K, approve a resolution approving the execution of an agreement by and between the City of Crest Hill and Local Gov Staffing Solutions for recruitment services relating to the search for the 3 new Public Work Department superintendents in the amount of $27,450. Consent agenda item 6L, approve the purchase of a new Morbark BVR 16 brush chipper in the amount of $79,324.70. Consent agenda item 6M, approve the purchase of a new Caterpillar 926-14A small wheel loader with the Altifer CAT in the amount of $222,000. Consent agenda item 6N, approve an ordinance authorizing the sale and/or disposal of certain personal property that is no longer necessary or useful for the city's public purposes. Consent agenda item 6O, approval of the regular and overtime payroll from February 9th, 2026 through February 22nd, 2026 in the amount of $301,622.16. And the last one, consent agenda item 6P, approval of the list of bills issued through March 3rd, 2026 in the amount of $422,320.36. Motion would be in order for an approval.
So moved as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderperson Overland, seconded by Alderman Albert, for the approval of the 16 consent agenda items. Questions or comments?
I just have a quick comment on the paid invoices. I didn't want it to pull out the consent. I just want to clarify something quickly. I know some of you have some concerns about the Easter event and how the money is coming, and some of you want some FOIA information, so you go right ahead. As you see here in the list of bills, there's a couple of items that we'll be purchasing, but the total amount of money that we got from sponsorship for the Winterfest was $14,300. We have a balance of $4,590.43 that we can still use. And I understand there's $10,000 in the line item for events committee. The goal is not to use that money. So we got $200 in from some sponsorship. So for those who are concerned where the money is coming from, I'll keep you posted. Thank you.
Okay, roll call, please, Chris.
Angelo Desario,
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Okay, and you have some numbers you would like to tell us in regards to the ordinances and resolutions that were just passed.
Consent 6D, Resolution 1390. 6F, Resolution 1391. 6G, Resolution 1392. 6I, Ordinance 2049. 6J, Ordinance 2050. 6K, Resolution 1393. And 6N is Ordinance 2051.
Okay, thank you. All right, moving on to the reports and communication from department heads and elected officials. And the first one is the mayor. And we are here tonight to approve a resolution approving the appointment of Ashley Monroe as Assistant City Administrator / Human Resources Director, City of Crest Hill, effective March 3rd, 2026, at a starting salary of $155,000 per year plus benefits. So we do have Ashley in the audience this evening. I would like to share with our general public and the TV audience a couple facts about Ashley, and hopefully as our new hire. I will tell you that Ashley has a Master's of Public Administration and Urban Management. Ashley has 21 years of municipal experience in human resources and as Assistant City Administrators. Some of the key adjectives that I wrote down after we interviewed her a couple weeks ago about her personality, I wrote down confident, I wrote down enthusiastic, personable, inclusive, communicative, and a very calm and cool demeanor. With that being said, I believe that she was the best option for the city of Crest Hill going forward. I believe she will be a fantastic fit as our new HR director and assistant city administrator in the city of Crest Hill. And with that being said, I would ask for a motion for approval of her hiring.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Dyke. I heard several, but I heard Alderman Desario. Are there any?
It was
Jefferson? Okay, then I heard wrong. Alderman Jefferson. Any questions or comments in regards to the motion to approve a resolution approving the appointment of Ashley Monroe as the Assistant City Administrator / Human Resources Director for the City of Crest Hill, effective tomorrow, March 3rd, 2026, at a starting salary of $155,000 per year plus benefits?
I'll just have a quick comment. It's good to put the face with the voice because I was on virtually, so it's nice to meet you, and congratulations. Welcome to the City of Crest Hill.
And Blaine, you didn't get a wing man, but you got a wing woman.
All right, roll call, please, Chris.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Angelo Desario.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution 1394.
Well, congratulations, Ashley. Welcome to the city of Crest Hill. I know you have your husband and your children here, so if you'd like to come to the podium and introduce them maybe, and any comments you'd like to
Of course.
make.
Well, you guys can come up too. if you like. Well, good evening, Mayor and elected officials. I just want to say thank you very much for the opportunity to join the City of Crest Hill. As the days passed since my interview, I increasingly got excited about being able to join the team and serve the Crest Hill community. I can see this vision building for what's to come next in the community, and I'm very excited to contribute to it. So I'm looking forward to working with each of you, with the mayor, with all of the city council, with our city clerk and our treasurer, and the city staff, as well as the entire Crest Hill community. I'm excited, and again, thank you. I do have my husband, Zach Monroe, here. My children, we have Thien, who's a 9th grader, and Zara, who is in 7th grade. And so they're very busy in all variety of activities and fine arts and sports, and this is what I'm responsible for when I'm not here. So thank you again. I'm very excited to start tomorrow.
Well, we're glad to have you on board, and we're looking forward to a lot of fantastic things also.
Absolutely.
I know you probably didn't have any school today, right? So if you want to make any comments at the podium, feel free about your mom.
No, we've got some homework to finish, so I will stay.
All right.
Go. But thank you.
City
very
Council,
much.
anybody?
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome, welcome, Ashley. Yep.
Okay, good to-
Welcome, glad to have you.
Welcome to the city.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to talking more with each of you as well. So, all right, thank you.
Good night.
Okay, so I know there's several people here for a couple of the agenda items that we have. So I would like to ask council's concurrence that we would sneak down to the Community Development Department, and we can handle these two. So I will turn it over to our Economic and Community Development Director, Dan Ritter, and we can begin with number one, Dan.
So this is the, to approve an ordinance approving final plan of subdivision and variations to the city of Crest Hill zoning ordinance and the city of Crest Hill code of ordinances with respect to certain real property located at 1610 Plainfield Road in Crest Hill, Illinois. This is the application for Quick Trip Corporation at the former City Hall. This is going through Plan Commission as well as the initial City Council workshop. There's been some substantial review of these requests. It really relates to some increased driveway widths that are just kind of standard based on how they're designing this and unique lot configurations, as well as some signage requests as well for the variation. So there's also been some additional discussion with regards to Knapp Drive that we've reviewed and kind of gone over how we're working on traffic calming methods on Knapp Drive. And I will not go back through everything that's already been presented a couple times here, but if anyone has any questions, this would be for the final variations. I believe their intent is to close by the end of the month, and we're working on that, and potentially get the property demolished and site work started here soon this year. So that is all I have for that.
Okay, is there any questions from City Council for Dan? All right, I know we have a representative here from Quick Trip. I told you I'd get you first. You sat through two long ones, so anything you'd like to add to the request?
I do not have anything to add, but if there's any questions.
And
any
just
further
your
questions,
name for the record, for the clerk.
Ali Bucrest, Quick Trip Corporation. But if there's any questions the council may have, I'll be happy to answer any of those.
Any questions of Ali?
Ali, would you, I know Dan kind of touched on it, but do you have a better idea how quickly that building could come down?
So, depending on really ComEd's schedule, so we'll have to get ComEd involved, we'll have to do disconnects. Usually they take between 6 to 12 weeks in between there, once we kick them off. And typically, as soon as we get the disconnection letters, we're pretty quick to move.
Okay, thank you.
They've done everything on our end to get prepared to do that, so all the testing and all the demo permits and everything have been getting lined up, I think, so we'll just be waiting on comment.
Any other questions of Ali? Sooner the better.
It's not getting any prettier.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. All right, so this is for, let me ask this. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak for or against an ordinance approving the final plat of subdivision and variations to the Crest Hill zoning ordinance and Crest Hill Code of Ordinance with respect to certain real property located at 1610 Plainfield Road in Crest Hill, is the application of Quick Trip, and this is for the old City Hall property that we left there in May 3rd of 2023. Please step to the podium, state your name for the record. Your address is optional. Second request, if anyone would like to speak for or against a request of Quick Trip gas station for the property located at 1610 Plainfield Road in the city of Crest Hill, please step to the podium, state your name for the record. Your address is optional. And a third request, if anyone would like to speak for the request of Quick Trip gas station to be built on the property at 1610 Plainfield Road in the city of Crest Hill, please step to the podium, state your name for the record. Your address is optional. Let the record show that no one has approached the podium in regards to this issue. Therefore, I would be asking for a motion in an ordinance form approving the final plat of subdivision and variations from the Crest Hill zoning ordinance and Crest Hill Code of Ordinances with respect to certain real property located at 1610 Plainfield Road in Crest Hill, Illinois, the application of Quick Trip Corporations. Motion would be.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Kubal, seconded by Alderman Albert. Questions or comments in regards to the motion for approval?
I have a question and I have a comment. First, is there a way we can take pictures of what the building looks like on the inside right now and the outside to keep them for our books, for memories, before it gets demolished?
What did you say, Claudia? I didn't hear.
If it's possible, we can take pictures of the interior and the exterior, so we can
Memories.
keep them as memories, because I don't believe we've taken any pictures, and,
We certainly can.
okay, thank you. And the second thing is, this has been long overdue. Quick Trip has been, waiting for a long time. But like I told you at the work session, this has nothing to do against you, or against Quick Trip. I think it's gonna be a good thing in the end. But from the beginning, I thought the location, that's a prime location. We have plenty of gas stations in the city. I was opposing this from day one. So again, it has nothing to do with you. It has to do more what I feel. A gas station doesn't belong right next to retirement areas. That's my perspective. So it's more because in support of the resident, I don't think it's a good location for that. Other than that, congratulations. There's nothing else I can say.
Anybody else? Questions, comments? Roll call, please, Chris.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
No.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
No.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
Angelo Desario.
Yes.
Motion carries. Ordinance 2052.
Congratulations, Ali. As Alderwoman Gazal said, this has been long overdue. I know we had some issues with IDOT, but we worked through all of those. There was a few extensions that we had to make to get you to this point, but I think that this is going to be a tremendous asset to the city of Crest Hill, having a gas station on that land and having a building that was built, and I think it was 1941, demolished, and we have something new, very attractive, that's going to be on that lot. I think it's going to be a benefit to many of the Crest Hill residents for their easy access to get in and out for gas, for products that you're going to sell, the food, the pastries, everything else that Quick Trip is going to provide. So we're looking forward to it, and the sooner we get started, in my opinion, and get that building knocked down and we start putting shovels in the ground, will be a tremendous asset to the city of Crest Hill. So congratulations and thank you. All right. Thank you. All right. Moving on to number 2, Dan.
The second item I have today is to approve an ordinance approving rezoning, preliminary and final PUD special use, PUD waivers, and final plat of subdivision for the Seasons and Crest Hill multifamily apartment home community with respect to certain real property located along the north side of Rhine Drive, approximately 280 feet east of Weber Road and 210 feet south of Renwick Road in Crest Hill, Illinois. This is the city council work session as well, where they kind of walked back through that project. So again, we'll go over every detail. I want to thank Ron for kind of walking through that while I was out sick at the last meeting. So thanks for him filling in, and the representatives are here as well. We're looking at this as, again, a zoning map amendment, so rezoning of the property that would go from B3. Previously, this was kind of seen as maybe it would be a kind of big box, medium box retail store. Obviously, that hasn't happened in quite a few decades. It's sat there vacant. And so there's really been almost no interest since I've been here or looking at my past records, except for light industrial, which would not be a good location for that. So when this came forward, we saw this as an alternative use there compared to what kind of the previous big box retail thought was in the early 2000s. But obviously retail's changed a little bit. This includes the PB approvals for that development, as well as the plat of subdivision. Coming out of the last workshop meeting as well, I'll touch base on, it was brought up that maybe some concerns with the traffic going south to Remington Lake subdivision. Some thoughts about a speed bump were brought up. We did talk with Alderwoman Gazelle, who was kind of one who had initially brought that up. I did go through that with her, and as well as Ron Wiederman, we kind of looked in Durrell, who is the alderman of this area as well. Kind of went through that. Went through what the concerns were. We recommended, if the council wants to, we kind of drafted a separate condition here that wouldn't tie the developer to putting in a speed bump, because that may not be the best location or the best solution, even if there is a traffic issue. We don't really think there will be one, but if there is, this condition basically says, hey, we're going to monitor this, kind of what we did with Back Drive. We're going to monitor this for a year. If there is any concerns, the developers agreed to basically do a small traffic study and do any traffic calming measures, any reasonable traffic calming measures that would need to be done to curb any traffic concerns. So we kind of went back through this with the two alderpersons from this ward. They talked about that, so it would still take the majority of the council. Somebody will need to make a motion and adopt that as part of the ordinance here, but we did draft a condition that I think will help protect the city. I think it's actually a good condition for something we might use going forward for all developments that just say, hey, if there is some unknown concern, and basically the developer agrees to take a look at it and then make any adjustments they need to make. So I can think of a few projects in the city that would have been nice if that was in there. So I think this is maybe a good thing going forward on all projects. So we have also had continued discussion with the school district. They've given us some additional documents that they had. I do believe the clerk's office is still looking to see if there's anything that is newer that we didn't know about in terms of impact fees. So we're still looking at that. If there's anything that's been adopted that is going to be what the developer would need to pay. We have yet to find that, but we are still digging. They gave us some new documents last week. And I've had some information I sent to them as well today about maybe what we can do to update our impact fees and take a new look at the studies and the data behind them, so that way going forward, not just for Richland, but for all the school districts and maybe even other taxing bodies. With that being said, there's also a state law that's, or a state law that may get passed, not a law, but that could impact this as well. That could make some general impact fees that would apply, calculations that would apply to any community, and would kind of circumvent and overstep anything we'd address here. So we're going to look into that. I think it would be something good to take a look at coming out of the comprehensive plan, because really what that does is kind of say, hey, where are we going to put residential? What type of residential development do we want? Do we think coming out of that will be a good way to then address the impact fees, because we'll know a little bit more about what school districts and what types of things we need to do. So we'll work with the school, continue to work with the school district to try and get something to move forward, and kind of update those impact fees for them. For now, we're going to apply whatever we have on the books and adopt it today. That is all I have. If you have any other questions, though, about the project in general, I'll be glad to assist. They have somebody here as well. If there's any questions.
Okay, any questions from City Council to Dan?
Well, I have some comments. Dan, thank you for meeting with us on Friday, and sometime other ideas and opinions. It opens, different perspective of, like, I had one goal, and I was trying to work on the traffic flow there, but what you and Ron came up with, I appreciate you. I'm proud to be part of this Economic Development Committee person, working with most of you, like the two Rons, yourself, the city administrator, the mayor, and working with Mr. De La Rosa. I think this is an amazing plan for our city. As I stated in the work session, this about to our community, both of us here as elected officials, and I think this is the best thing that we can put behind residential, having another residential and upper scale apartments. I know I talked a lot at the work session. I have a lot of questions and concerns for the residents, for the residents as well. And just a reminder is we rather have these apartments, luxury apartments, than having an outdoor storage or small equipment rental, hotels, motels, fueling station. This is some of the stuff that can fall under the existing zoning under B3. So I'm all for this, and thank you again for working with us.
Thanks.
Anybody else? Okay, I'd like to invite Tony DeRosa. He is the Vice President of Fiduciary Real Estate Development. He will be responsible for the development here of 260 units of luxury apartments in the city of Crest Hill. Tony?
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening. My name is Tony DeRosa with Fiduciary Real Estate Development. Thank you again for being before you tonight. I don't have anything else to add. You've heard a lot from me in the last few weeks. You guys have asked the right questions, and you guys have asked the tough questions. You know, this is the first new market rate multifamily in your community in decades, and you guys got the right approach. You know, there's not a lot of experience, but I give a lot of kudos to your staff and working with both Ron's and Dan since we first met with them last June. The process is supposed to result in a better product at the end of the day than from when we first met with them, and I think we can all point to, from where we started to where we are today, we've got a better product for the community. I think we're going to set the bar high. This is going to be catalytic for the community, for the area. I think it's going to be great for the retail around, so we're super excited. We're keeping the dialogue open with the school district, and we'll be meeting with them in 2 weeks from now to address questions, comments, concerns, and anything from a planning perspective that we can share with them. And we're looking to start construction in the middle of this summer, so we're excited. We're ready to roll. Thank you.
Any questions of Tony?
I just want to thank you for accepting that last condition, last minute. I think this is win-win for both sides. We have a year to make a study and see what needs to be adjusted, what we need to work on. So thank you again for accepting that condition.
You're welcome.
Okay, thanks, Tony. Okay, is there anyone that would like to speak for or against the request of fiduciary real estate development for the 16 acres in the southeast corner of Weber Road and Renwick Road in the intersection and north of Ryan Drive to build 260 new luxury apartments home community called the Seasons of Crest Hill? Please step to the podium, state your name for the record, and your address is optional. Again, anyone would like to speak for or against the request of fiduciary real estate development to build a 260-unit luxury apartment complex, the southeast corner of Weber Road and Renwick Road and the intersection north of Ryan Drive. Please step to the podium, state your name for the record. Your address is optional. And the third request, if anyone would like to speak for or against, the request of fiduciary real estate development to build a 260-unit luxury apartments at the southeast corner of Weber Road and Renwick Road at the intersection north of Ryan Drive. Step to the podium, please state your name for the record, address optional. Let the record show that no one has approached the podium. Therefore, this one was unanimously approved by the Plan Commission, just as it was unanimously approved for the gas station before this for approval. So I would ask for a motion to approve an ordinance approving rezoning, preliminary, and final PUD, special use PUD waivers, and final plat of subdivision for Seasons at Crest Hill multifamily apartment home community with the respect to certain real property located along the north side of Ryan Drive, approximately 280 feet east of Weber Road and 210 feet south of Renwick Road in the city of Crest Hill, Illinois. The applications of fiduciary, I'm just going to say Fred Crest Hill, HC LLC.
And
Mr. Mayor?
Second.
Mr. Mayor, can I interrupt first? Whoever's making the motion, it should be a motion to approve what's in the packet plus the condition that's been discussed here tonight.
Okay?
I make the motion to approve what's in the packet plus and what's here tonight.
And I'll second with that condition as well.
We have a motion by Alderman Jefferson, seconded by Alderwoman Gazal for approval with the additional condition that was added this evening. Questions or comments in regards to the motion? Roll call, please. Chris?
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Well, I'd just like to read a statement real quick before I cast my vote. I have to say that I'm really disappointed by the lack of communication between the city and our schools regarding this project. Moving forward, I cannot express enough my desire to work more collaboratively with our schools to be more inclusive as we make these important decisions about our community. While I'm deeply disappointed in how this process played out, I believe this project will be good for the city of Crest Hill, and I vote yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Angelo Nasario.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Motion carries. Ordinance 2053.
Okay, congratulations, Tony. For maybe whoever's watching on television here tonight doesn't know where this is at. This is going to be right at Ryan Drive and Weber Road on the 16 acres of vacant property there. This is going to be a similar development that Romeoville had by the one by Farm and Fleet, about a half a mile up the road. I believe this is going, by the approval of this development here tonight, is going to be future development of restaurants and other businesses along the Weber Road corridor for the city of Crest Hill. This is going to be a tremendous asset to have these luxury apartments in the city of Crest Hill. That's something that this council has wanted for several years. We finally have a developer who has the experience, has built these in the past, and has a fantastic track record in regards to this. And I think this will spur economic development along this corridor. In regards to the comments that were made about the school district, they were here last week at our work session. Several people, including myself, apologized to them for the lateness that we got to them. But moving forward, I will tell you that we kept our word. At that meeting, we said that we would have future meetings quickly, and we will talk about the impact fees going forward. Those meetings have already been arranged for the start of the first one. So we will be working with the school districts moving forward for any future developments after this one. So congratulations to Tony. Look forward to working with you for the next couple of years in regards to the development here. And again, I think this is long overdue for the city of Crest Hill. Thank you for having the confidence in the city of Crest Hill. Thank you for everything you have done for us and you will do in the future for us. So congratulations and welcome to the city of Crest Hill. Anybody else?
No, Tony, just a quick question. We're wondering if part of the condition that all the council can have access to the pool. Just kidding. I figure I'll try forget that part.
There you go. Anybody else?
Mayor, can I just make one comment? I just wanted to commend Chairman Bill Thomas for the handling of the public hearing that took place at that Plan Commission meeting. I know it got a little intense, and hats off to Chairman Thomas and also Tony. Great presentation and holding your composure with the residents. Thank you for being so accommodating to all of the requests that not only the city's had, but the residents had as well. Thank you.
Tony, we'll give you the last opportunity if you want to say anything.
Can I give my presentation one more time?
No.
Thank you
I
all
watched
very
it
much.
I watched it at the Plan Commission, and we went.
No, we're really excited. Thank you. We're glad to be part of the community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Look forward to it. Thanks a lot. Okay. I see we have Adam Hoover in the back, so I think as a professional courtesy, I'd like to deviate to go to the city administrator and his number one under the approval of the electric collaborative. And then Adam, you can be on your way also. Thanks for being so patient. How's your dad doing?
He's doing well, golfing more, watching the grandkids more, so I appreciate that. But,
Good.
Yeah, not checking his emails, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
So I have two issues that I'm here to discuss. The first one, I don't think we're voting on, but I just want to give you an update on the aggregation program. As a reminder, your municipal aggregation program is for residents that provides an alternative electric supplier. This was voted originally on in referendum, I think in 2012, and then it was approved last year. The program goes to 2027. Actually goes to 2031 with the renewal. You guys have the ability to opt out in 2027. About once a year, our suppliers will send out a letter to about 400 residents. Well, this time it's 400 residents, just informing them that they might be moving over to the MC squared program, where they would pay the continued rate, the same rate as ComEd, and they'd still be billed by ComEd. So there's still no change to them, no difference. So there might be some letters going out. I just want to be clear, these are not all residential, not every resident will receive this. That's one thing we worked on, is to make sure that that won't happen until 2031, if it happens in 2031. So just a small amount of letters will be going out March 13th to about 400 residents. Any resident can call me directly. I'll work with the staff a few days ahead of time to make sure they're prepared, but most importantly, any resident call me if they have any questions about this program.
Yeah, I think we'd be appreciative. I know the clerk's office would be appreciative with the phone calls that may come in. If they had a document that they could read, that would be the best thing.
I'll be there 3 days ahead of time to make sure they have that.
Very good.
A couple other things will be in charge. But just so you know, Wilmette just did this and Darien just did it, and they had about 3 times as many letters go out, and they had 10 phone calls. So this is not the same as those first. When you start the program, that's when all residents get a letter. That's when most of the questions come in. This will just be a small amount of them. Any questions on that before I move on? I don't think that's a voting measure, but just something I wanted to review.
Anybody? Okay.
Did you say the rate would be the same as ComEd?
Yep, so if a resident is with MC squared, reminder, every resident has the option of which one they want to be in. But if a resident's with MC squared, no change to their rate, the exact same as ComEd, guaranteed, still billed by ComEd. Virtually no difference to the residents. So I don't know if why do we do this program? MC squared provides a civic contribution of $18,000 a year.
Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to get asked that question.
All good. Same rate. Really, honestly, I'm opting my brother-in-law on this because I wanted to show you, but on the bill, you don't even notice it on the bill. It just says powered by MC squared. That's the only difference a resident sees.
Okay,
The
continue.
second thing, and the voting item I'm here for, is something that we've been doing for the last 10 or 15 years with you all, that is the city's accounts. Obviously, some buildings, like this building, is franchised and free, but your I guess you're generating, any power account that isn't here can go and find a different supplier as well, other than ComEd. Your current contract with Dynegy expires in May. You guys have a rate of 5.7 cents. The current ComEd rate is about 10 cents. Over the duration of the contract, you guys have saved $160,000 with what we do. Unfortunately, those rates are coming to an end, and so what we do, and we think separates us from other people, is we go on to bid with about 88 other municipalities and other governmental organizations. So instead of you guys going to bid on your own, there's 88 other governmental organizations that are up to bid this year. The downside of that is energy is a commodity. Those contracts are a commodity, so to execute 88 contracts on one day, we cannot take a contract, give it to the board, and bring it back, 2 weeks later. The contract expires on March 11th at 4 p.m. So what we're asking for today is to give the mayor or his designee the signing authority to execute a contract on March 11th. I want to be very clear, if anything looks funky or off, there's no commitment to sign anything on March 11th if you do not choose to. But what we are requesting is just the signing authority for staff to move forward with a contract on March 11th for a group bid if they so choose.
Questions from council? I would recommend that we give our city administrator, Blaine Wing, the authority to sign off in regards to the electric aggregation. Blaine, anything you'd like to add to this conversation?
Yeah, the only other comment is this is for a period of up to 36 months.
1, 2,
So
and
up to
3
3 years.
Any questions? All right, I would ask for a motion for a resolution authorizing the participation in the Northern Illinois Municipal Electric Collaborative, NIMEC, and authorizing the mayor or his designee to approve a contract with the lowest cost electricity provider for a period of up to 36 months. Motion would be in
So
order.
moved as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by Alderman Desario for approval. Questions or comments in regards to the motion? Roll call, please.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
Angelo Desario,
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution 1395.
Okay, thanks, Adam. Okay, Blaine, you left. All right, you might as well just keep going then, Blaine.
Well, the second one, I think it's going to be dependent on the closed session for council's consideration. So item 7E2, I think you're going to want to finish the regular agenda, do the closed session, and then come back and
Okay.
open to complete that.
Okay. All right, very good. All right, let's go back then to 7B. That's where we left off for the city clerk's report. Chris, anything?
That would be
I think she said no.
Could you repeat that?
Anybody want to ask Chris a bunch of questions so she wants to talk? All right. Thanks, Chris. Moving on to our city treasurer's report. Jamie Malloy. Good evening, Jamie.
Good evening, Mayor. Thank you very much. And City Council. It's been just about 10 months since I got sworn in as treasurer, and before I became treasurer, I had some of the residents asking me questions. Can I find out? Can I find out? I've taken this bit by bit. There is some information that I have found out that I would like to bring out to everybody today. Alderman Dyke, I have put some envelopes down by your feet. If you would hand out 2 to your left and the remainders hand out. If you would please take one down, pass it around. And that should cover everybody. My question comes down to the past city picnics. Now, in last June, I did FOIA some information on the accounts and was told that there was no information to be found. In fact, I have included for everybody a copy of the email that I got from the city administrator stating that he had spoken with Alderwoman Oberlin and that there was, she went and requested records regarding the closed account. Unfortunately, she was told by Newmark that certain amount of time had occurred and there were no longer records saved.
We cannot hear because we're all opening the.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just a second.
Tear away.
Hang on a second, Jamie.
Go to town.
Mike, would this be relevant for an executive session for personnel?
I haven't
Yeah, we
had
don't
a
know
chance
what's
to
going
even
on.
look at it.
These are just questions that I've come up with. The information is all attached. I'm just going to, I found some information, and I just wish to ask questions on it. And I just wanted to take my time because residents had asked me to check into it, and that's what I was going into. So,
Well, not
What?
knowing, I'm sorry,
go ahead.
not knowing the subject matter, I mean, if any of it is confidential or should be in executive session, then
I don't believe there's any of it that's confidential. I have reviewed all of it. In fact, I've made copies of all of it. I do have a question that I want to ask our finance manager. There are checks that have gone into an account that was at Newmark, that was the Crest Hill Events Committee in care of Alderwoman Oberlin at her home address. And I've got a check that was sent to the city of Crest Hill for $5,000, but yet it was placed in that account. Is that normal procedure for us?
First off, let me correct you. I am the finance director, not the finance manager. Secondly,
Okay.
I just want my title correct. Secondly, I haven't seen the information, so it's hard for me to answer that.
So I will pass it right down to you.
Sure, and I'll give you an answer when I research it.
And let you go over it.
Okay, let it be known that I was just received a check from an engineering firm made out to the city of Crest Hill. That's all it says on it. The check is dated 2016.
Dated, or I'm sorry, not dated, to the address of,
To the city of Crest Hill, 1610 Plainfield Road, Crest Hill, Illinois.
right. Now, I would like to bring up the business account, and it's listed under Crest Hill Events Committee, and it's listed as an association or a club. Why would it be listed under an association or a club? I don't understand that. It's showing as a community organization. There is also, it has been checked that its authorization for borrowing is presented to the credit union. And I don't understand if there was money that was loaned to this account, why that would be checked. So I'm curious about that. I've also got the adoption by vote of governing members. It said, do not execute this section if organized as sole proprietorship, partnership, or limited liability company.
Hang on.
Yes, sir.
I think this should be an executive session.
No, but I'm more than happy to work with the treasurer to go through, I think, more than 150 pages of information and come back to council with a report. So I'd be.
Oh, I don't have any plans of going through 150 pages tonight. No. I'm not going to do that. That is, however, why I gave everybody copies, because it did take me a while to get copies of all of this so that I could explain to the residents what was going on. But no, I'm not going to go page by page for 150 pages. I just have questions that I've come up with.
Great, and I'm more than happy to meet with you and go over those questions so that we don't take up both the public's time and council's time, and then we could have a report presented to council, if that's council's pleasure.
And I would like to take note, as Nate just pointed out, there is some sensitive information on there that she just decimated to everybody that in regards to me that I'm very upset about and concerned about, and she had no right to do that.
That would be your home address?
I'm not going to discuss what's on it in the public, but you had no right putting that out there. And I may be taking my own action for that.
Okay, so I would agree with the city administrator that this conversation is over for now. Anybody object?
Are we tabling the conversation?
I believe we don't need to table it. Just making a decision, that's enough for this evening in regards to this.
We continue in executive session? I'm trying to see what...
Well, this is a department report. There's nothing to table. I mean, I think that it's fair that if the treasurer has questions, that she gets her questions answered, and she gives those answers to the council, whether that's in a written report or what. But
I have a number of questions, yes.
I thought somebody said it should be an executive session, so...
It can't be an executive session, he's saying.
I don't know what the topic would be quite yet for an executive session exemption.
I think it would be prudent if we had more information to be able to work through this. And this is certainly not the place for this tonight. That is my opinion.
I mean, I can look through the documentation, and I can come back to you with an exemption that is under the Open Meetings Act that if it would qualify. But again, I haven't heard anything yet that would qualify as an executive session exemption.
Or for this then to be in a work session?
Could be a work session. I'd be, again, happy to work with the treasurer and the attorney to go through it looks like, again, over 150 pages worth of documents. Going back, it looks at least over a 10-year period of time to review it, to answer any of the treasurer's questions, and to help with a report to council so that you're informed.
I mean, I think it is a lot of information. I don't know, it's gonna take, I like to review it, but, to see what we got, what it's about, what it's pertaining to. There is some personal information in there as well, but, I don't know, it's on a report. That's the thing, it's a matter of record. So that's why I'm asking the question, where do we go from here? Because it's on the treasurer's report.
Well, I don't know that we've gotten to all of her questions. I think some of her questions are of record, but again, I think that she should probably get her questions answered, and then we should come back once her questions are answered, and if they are appropriate for her report, she can report.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all in favor of that. I'm just, because we're in an open meeting, and it's already been verbalized to a certain degree, I don't know how do we interrupt it? How do we stop? That's the part I'm trying to understand, because it's a lot here.
I think
We're
we
not
stop
gonna
it.
get through this tonight.
I'm sorry, I think we stop it because it may be getting into something that needs to be an executive session. Until I can give you an answer, I don't want to have something come out in an open meeting that shouldn't, if it hasn't already come out already, but.
I agree wholeheartedly. I agree with what you're saying. That's why I'm saying that the bird already flew out the cage, so how do we catch the bird to put it back in the cage?
I will be pursuing what I can about my personal information being disseminated to people without my permission. That is a big no-no. You cannot do that.
There is personal information here.
Yes.
Do you have personal information in this packet?
I'm looking right at it.
Your home address? Your home address is there.
It's public.
But I'm all in favor of getting this to an arena where everybody's privacy could be protected if there's any there.
Oh, there's a violation, and I will be pursuing it.
I don't know.
Jamie, I would ask that you would conclude your report and leave this alone for this evening.
Now, after council reviews this, are we gonna have a chance to ask any questions after we look at it, or? if we-
I think these should
Again,
all,
Everybody has the right to ask questions, but
if-
if there's a social security number,
If the questions need to be asked in an executive session, then yes. If there is nothing that is executive session, then yes, you can ask whatever questions, either in an open meeting or just, outside of a meeting. You can ask whatever questions. I mean, I think treasurer could have asked these questions before tonight, but again, the report is at least
I
partial.
just got all of this put together over the weekend.
Mike, I'm going to defer to you as the attorney. I'm going to say there's some very sensitive information that I was just shown. So I would respectfully ask that, with your advice, that we cease this topic for right now.
Well, I agree with that.
and these documents need to be removed with this information on it.
That-
I'm very appalled that this was done. This is a severe violation of my privacy and my personal information, and you bet your bottom dollar I'm going to be pursuing this.
but sometimes we have to clarify here. It's her personal information has been given to us, or is it the event committee information? You brought personal information or event committee information?
Event committee information. Event committee.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to look at it. I would suggest two things. One, that we collect it all to the extent that it hasn't been reviewed. Everybody just opened their envelopes today. Collect them all, give them to me. I will take a look at it. And once I've come to a conclusion as to what should or should not be disseminated, or whether we can come back to an executive session or we have to come back to open session, I think that's a discussion for not right now.
What I would like to know is like where this information came from. Do I have the right to ask that question? Do I have the right, how did she have access to this information?
Well, I think you can ask that. Again, I would say we should be asking that outside of this meeting right now.
Right?
But again, I can't tell you that you shouldn't ask the question. I mean, I think the question needs to be asked. I just don't know that, again, now and this is the appropriate forum.
So before staff normally disseminates information, we make sure that there's not social security or other protected information that's in there. Staff is not handed this information, so it would be disseminated. So that would be fully up to the treasurer unless she had the city attorney look at it, which it sounds like he was just opening it now. So, again, if there's confidential information, my recommendation would be to follow the city attorney's advice. So if anybody's unfortunately going to get sued, the only named person would be the treasurer, not the rest of the council. Again, I would refer to the attorney to answer any questions, but to protect the city and to limit, I guess, everybody being named, it would only be the treasurer, is my understanding at this point, since she's the one that's providing this information that may have broke the confidentiality. So before anybody sees anything that they're not supposed to see, I think we should follow the attorney's advice.
Well, I think that cat's already out of the bag, and
You saying we should not take this and review it ourselves? Is that what you're saying?
Again, I haven't had a chance to look at it, but based on Councilwoman Overland's statements that her personal information is in there, I would say that you probably should not have it. I mean, I would request that you all put them back in the envelope and give them to me, at least for the moment. That would be my recommendation. I can't force you to do that.
I would like to make it clear that I did not open my envelope. It's still sealed as I received it. And I also want to make it clear for the record, about 2 months ago, some of the older persons sitting up here made some comments about items being brought up on the city council agenda that were not presented to the council members prior to this at a work session. I believe that this is similar to that case. Some of us up here lost our minds over the fact that items were brought up for approval without us being allowed to review it first. I believe that's the same actions. This should have been brought up at a work session and determined by the city attorney if this is confidential, and it should have been discussed in closed session, my opinion.
That's fine.
I don't know what you're talking about with that, but
Not taking
refresh
actions.
my memory, because I don't remember that coming up about items on the.
There were items brought up on a city council agenda that were not brought to this council at a work session prior to it being brought up for approval. Is there anybody that disagrees that they don't remember what I'm saying?
I don't. I go that far right there.
Mr. Attorney?
This isn't really the same.
They were,
I remember what you're talking about, because I was one of the people that brought up that. But that was, we were taking a vote here, and I said, before we take a vote, we need to review things. We're not taking a vote here.
it was,
So don't confuse things.
it was an ordinance or a resolution that had come and bypassed a work session. I believe it was the ordinance repealing the section of the code that I said was from 1950s or 67 or 77. It was 50 years old, and it came to the council first at a regular meeting, and it got tabled because it was not presented first at a work session. This is a little apples and oranges because this is a department report as opposed to an actual ordinance or, a resolution, but.
Right.
And
Thank you for your clarification.
and that's the only thing I'm asking about. It's a report given by the treasurer. And I don't know, that's the confusing part to me. There may be some sensitive information in here. I grant that. It's a very large packet. There's no way I'll be able to go through this in a few minutes, but it's a report given by an elected official. And I don't know where we go with that, because if we go to Robert Rules of Order, reports are supposed to be a matter of record. And that's the dilemma I have. If this is a report is a matter of record.
In the past, Alderman Jefferson has asked for a forensic audit done on the bills and on the accounts for the city of Crest Hill.
I can tell you, if this goes into anybody's report and it's made a document, there will be a lot more people I will be dealing with, because this was done, and this is wrong, and this is illegal.
And I don't know that this
This is all
qualifies
city of Crest Hill.
as,
That's the dilemma.
This is all city of Crest Hill.
And I think we have to.
Well, if City of Crest
The
Hill,
only thing that's
if City of
personal
Crest Hill,
that's-
where did you get it from?
I'm sorry?
If City of Crest Hill, where did you get it from?
I got it from the bank, under the city of Crest Hill.
You would not have gotten that from the bank properly because you're not on that account.
I did in fact get it from Newmark. Yes,
Well,
I did.
I will check, but you should,
And-
but you disseminated personal information about me. I am very upset about
The
that.
only thing that's
No.
personal, that's information on here, is your address.
But
Okay.
my
All right.
understanding, this
Hang on,
this
hang on, hang
account
on,
was gone.
Hang on, Claudia, hang on. We're going to put this discussion over with right now. For the record, I did not open up my packet either. Jamie, do you have any other topics besides what's in this packet that you would like to share with anybody?
Nope, that's
Okay.
it for me for tonight.
Does anybody have any questions of the city treasurer?
My question is still, it's a report, and under Robert Rules of Order, reports are a matter of record. So what we just put on record, what's been distributed so far? Where do we go? Because
I think.
how do you close it up?
I think that if it is turned into me and I keep them, that's your record. I don't think that you're entitled to a report that gives information that is legally prohibited from being disseminated. It has to be redacted. I mean, just like if you FOIA'd something, we make the redactions. You get the records, but you don't get them without the redactions. There are mandatory redactions under FOIA that the city can be liable for if you do not make the redactions. There are other redactions that are permissive, that if you don't make them and it's not intentional, you can avoid liability. But the mandatory ones are mandatory, and there are penalties for violating that.
Okay, and I can agree with everything you just said, except that under Robert Rules of Order, it doesn't cover redaction. Reports are a matter of record. It doesn't speak about redaction. So, my personal dilemma, being that in my over 37 years of being in government, is how do you take something that's been stated for the record and not make it part of the record? I've never encountered this. This is brand new to me, and I'm like, where do we go?
I believe that in executive session, when certain confidential information is passed out, that it is collected at the end all the time. The record is the record. It was discussed in the executive session. There is a record. There are minutes. And the actual documents are collected, and either one copy is held and the rest are destroyed, but they are collected all the time. Or I mean, say all the time, but very often, in my recollection.
I would further state that the minutes will reflect that documents were disseminated and then they were collected.
And that I'm holding them.
Would reflect in the minutes that there is a record that something was disseminated and then collected. So that would be the conclusion for your Robert's Rules, that the treasurer provided documentation. It was paused once information that potentially could be legally harmful to the city were discovered, that we stopped the proceedings and they were handed over to the attorney.
And after evaluation, and when we do come back, if I determine that certain information needs to be withheld because it is private, I will make the redactions, and if necessary, the remaining documents will be returned. But I just don't think that you should be holding on to potentially sensitive information that should not have been produced.
All of this is City of Crest Hill Events Committee, but I understand. But it's all under City of Crest Hill Events Committee, aside from the check that I handed over, which was the City of Crest Hill.
If staff would have had the time, or the attorney had the time to review this, I think we would be able to say affirmatively if that's correct or not. With us just getting this information tonight, quite honestly, I feel that's unfair for staff or the attorney to quickly flip through to make sure that there's nothing that needs to be protected by law is not.
That's fine. I'm just saying, it's all City of Crest Hill Events Committee, aside from the check that I handed over, which was listed as the City of Crest Hill.
I'm just saying that's wrong, and I pointed it out to the mayor, and Ms. Alderwoman Gazal also saw, and Mr. Albert noted that is not the truth.
So, to me, I would listen to the city attorney to follow your attorney's advice.
And I agree with that, and I am in control of this meeting, so I recommend to City Council that's the action that we take going forward. Does anybody disagree? Speak now. Okay, Mike, we'll collect all of these, give them to you at the end of the meeting, and...
I turned mine in already.
Okay. Okay. Let's move on to our city attorney's report. Mike?
I have no agenda items, but fire away if you've got more questions and want to make me talk even more than I've already talked.
Any questions of city attorney? All right, thanks, Mike. Moving on, City Administrator Blaine, it's all yours.
Yep, so the only item that I have is still remaining, it's number 2. And first, before we go into open session, we will need to go into executive session. session, which is under item 16, and then come back to 7E2.
Okay. Any questions of our city administrator? All right, we'll move on to our Public Works, Gary Richardson, our director. Nothing, any questions of Public Works? Great report. City engineer, Ron Wiedemann.
I'm going to keep it simple too, no report.
All right, any questions? Another great report. Finance, Glenn Gerke.
No report, thank you.
Another great report. Anybody? Police Department, Chief Ed Clark.
Believe it or not, no report this evening.
All right. Any questions of Police Chief? Another good report, Ed. Great report. All right. Community Development we took care of. Unfinished business.
I have a couple things. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
In addition, sorry to throw
All
you
right.
off on the great report.
You broke the track record there.
I do want to mention that the next meeting on March 9th is going to be the combined City Council and Plan Commission meeting. So we're looking forward to that for the comprehensive plan. It'll be just kind of a kickoff meeting, get some initial feedback, information from the community. So I do also want to note that the website's up and running for that. So that just got launched. You can go to www.cityofcresthill.com/complan, C-O-M-P plan. We'll be getting that out via Facebook and our social media posts. There's a survey on there as well for residents to take that just, again, looks at feedback, issues, concerns, weaknesses, strengths, and just kind of that type of stuff where we start to look at where we want to focus our energy on this plan update. So looking forward to all of that. We've already kind of looped in, obviously, impact fees, schools. We've talked about concerns about walkability and transportation in this community. So looking forward to getting into the details of all that, getting our plan updated, and that it should really help us on a lot of these things that we keep running into from a development perspective of what do we want to see and how we want to see it happen. So looking forward to our comprehensive plan moving forward here. I also wanted to bring up the property at 1725 Plainfield Road. I know that had previously been brought up for some questions about what was going on there. Boost Mobile did open up just basically a temporary opening so they can start conducting business there. The property owners are going to be moving forward with taking down the canopy, doing a lot of exterior work to the parking lot, the landscaping, the dumpster enclosure, so they're going to be cleaning up that property, and again, taking down the canopy and putting in some windows. I did offer up the facade grant for that project, because I think especially the facade that's facing the roadway is pretty visible, so I think they'll be coming forward to you guys. I think that's a little more geared towards what that grant is for as opposed to signage, so I think that'll be a good project. Also 2305 Plainfield Road, which looks like a residential home. They got approved for a permit to remodel that to a barber shop. I believe it was a professional office, maybe a surveying company or something in the past. It's got a little parking lot in front, but they'll be doing some substantial site improvements, building improvements, interior and exterior, putting in commercial windows, and making that into a barber shop, which is pretty much everything they're doing is permitted by right, but they'll really be upgrading that property. But you won't see it here for a zoning request because they're basically just meeting all our code requirements. So looking forward to kind of some of these redevelopment opportunities that will be coming up that I want to kind of update you guys on. And then last, I have Family Fun Zone that reached out to me, which is the roller rink in town. They'll be working on some facade and site upgrades as well, and potentially applying for the grant. So that's a great kind of local business we have in town that's actually family friendly. Kind of an odd location for it, but they've said they've been doing very well. So they're looking to kind of give that a refresh. It looks like it's from 1970, 1980. So they're looking to kind of upgrade the site, the facade, take care of some code issues they have as well. So just wanted to give you guys an update of, we have the new development projects, but I think redevelopment for a community our age is just as important, if not more important. So we have a few things that are coming up on Broadway well, which I think is fairly important to start seeing some change, maybe some progress and redevelopment on Broadway. So that'll be coming up as well here, hopefully in the next few months. So.
Okay, any questions of Dan?
Yes, I have a question, Dan. Do you have any feedback? I contacted Blaine, and I think it was forwarded to you regarding the dumpsters that are being emptied behind the Hillcrest Shopping Center at, between 3 and 4 in the morning. They're quite loud, and the residents behind that area, can hear that. Has anyone reached out to Hillcrest? I think Don said he was going to.
Yes, and he did. We previously have, so we reached out to the management company again. We're going to reach out to the property owner again if we need to. It is a violation of our ordinance. We need to get evidence of that happening, which we'll have to coordinate some kind of evidence, but we can write citations. I'm hoping we can avoid that, like any code enforcement action, and they do comply. But being this is the second time we're notifying them, we're going to take a few steps and make sure we contact everybody and they change the hours of pickup, because I do know banging a dumpster can echo very far and very loud. So we have been in contact with them already this week, and we'll continue to do that until it's in compliance.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, great report, thank you. All right, unfinished business, we have nothing, anybody? New business, anyone? Committee liaison reports?
We do. Easter event will be held on Saturday, March 28th, from 12 to 2 p.m. Up to age 12. And Doral will continue the rest, but you go ahead and I'll say something.
Pictures with the Easter Bunny, face painting, a petting zoo, crafts, games, and prizes to be given out. We have like 3,500 eggs that will be distributed, and it will be distributed in age categories, right? I forget the age.
Up to 12.
Up to 12. Anybody over 12, you can look but don't touch.
And I just want to clarify that we're not competing with nobody, no other organization. This is open to everyone. If you cannot make it for one day, what is the best thing to happen in Crest Hill? Now you have another date the following week, so you have plenty of eggs and plenty of festivality to do. So we're not trying to take anything from nobody. So be cordial for your comments. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, city council comments, anything you'd like to share with your constituents? We'll begin with Alderman Dyke tonight.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to welcome the new developments and all the redevelopments that's coming to Crest Hill. It's a welcome site. And also want to welcome Ashley to the city. Looking forward to you having many years with us. Thank you. Good luck.
Alderman DeSario.
Thank you. I just, again, want to reiterate that it's great to see the development building in the city. Ashley, welcome to the city. We look forward to working with you. And I hope everybody enjoys the break in the weather where it's starting to get a little warmer out.
Alderman Jefferson.
Again, I'd like to, tip my hat to the Community Development Department for the new developments that are coming to the city, and for those that'll be coming in the future. Welcome, Ashley. And I think I need a little bit more explanation on the packet, if you don't mind talking to me after the meeting.
Alderwoman Gazal.
I'm just asking everyone to take a moment and reflect on what you guys have. Look what it's happening in the Middle East right now. I'm not trying to make this personal, but it is personal in a way. It should be personal to each one of us. We're so blessed to be in a country of freedom. And I have family members that are under bombs right now, literally under bombs in Lebanon. And that's all. I can't say more.
Alderperson Oberlin.
Yes, I'd like to report that State Representative Natalie Manley is having a blood drive Monday, March 9th at the American Red Cross at 1293 Wyndham Place in Romeoville. It's celebrating International Women's Day, It's going to be from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. So anybody who wants to donate, you can contact her office and sign up and help celebrate International Women's Day. And speaking of women, welcome, Ashley.
Alderman Sapiti?
Welcome, Ashley. Look forward to working with you, and that's all I have for tonight, Mayor.
Alderman Albert?
Yes, Mayor, like Alderwoman Gazal said, just a week following the Easter event here, the Crest Hill Lions Club is hosting their annual Easter egg hunt on Saturday, April 4th. That's the day before Easter. This year's location is at Richland School on the west side of the building under the, near the power lines there, underneath the high tension power lines. The ages are 10 and under. Pictures with the Easter Bunny and the Crest Hill Lion. I was corrected after the last meeting. The Crest Hill Lions Club have actually been doing this for over 50 years, with the first location starting out at the old Heritage Bank, right near Old City Hall, under the leadership of former Alderman Joe Kovic. Started the first.
That's a blast from the
Yeah.
past.
So please join us that day. Rain or shine, we're outside in the rain even when it's
Well, for us, if it snows, we're going to be doing it as well, just so you know.
Alderman Kubal?
I'm also going to welcome Ashley to the team here, and I want to thank Dan also for all his fine efforts here with economic development. Keep it going, Dan. That's all I've got.
Yeah, and I usually don't say anything during this portion, but I am going to say something tonight. This should have been a very happy night for the city of Crest Hill for everything that we brought forward. The community development, we finally have a contract now for a new gas station at the old City Hall property. That old building will be demolished. It's going to be something brand new and something that's going to be there for 50-plus years. We also passed tonight 260 luxury apartments in the city of Crest Hill, our first luxury apartments, which is going to be a tremendous boost to us. Those are the things that we should have been very proud of tonight, of what we have accomplished. We've hired Ashley Monroe as HR Director and also our first Assistant City Administrator. So we've come a long way, and we have a lot of momentum going forward. I hope that's what everybody remembers here tonight, of these three things that we did tonight. And we should all be proud to say that we live in the city of Crest Hill for what we accomplished tonight. Those are my comments. Public comments, anyone that would like to address the podium or address the city council, please step to the podium, state your name for the record, and the address is optional. Let the record show that no one has approached the podium. Mike, there is a need for an executive session?
There is. 5 ILCS 122C1, appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body or legal counsel for the public body.
Motion would be in order.
moved.
Second.
Motion by Alderperson Overbaugh, seconded by Alderman DeSario for an executive session at 8:43 p.m. Roll call, please, Chris.
Nate Albert,
Mayor, would we be able to invite Ashley into this evening?
Council is allowed to invite whoever they want.
Okay.
I vote yes.
Yeah, you might as well come into the fire.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
Angelo Desario,
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
and Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be going into executive session at 8:44 p.m. All right, we are back. Now we need a motion to go back into regular session.
So moved.
A motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by Alderman Sapiti to go back into regular session. Roll call, please, Chris.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
Angelo Desario,
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Gene Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, to our city attorney, Mike Stiff. Mike, is there any action needed to be taken coming out of executive session?
Yes, there is. The action necessary is on the agenda as item 7E2.
Okay, I would ask for a motion to approve a resolution approving the appointment of Storino, Romello, and Durkin as special counsel to the city of Crest Hill for labor and employment, and approval of an engagement agreement with Storino, Romello, and Durkin for legal services.
So moved as presented.
Second.
Motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by Alderman Desario. Questions or comments in regards to the motion? Roll call, please, Chris.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
Angelo Desario,
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Gene Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Resolution number?
Oh, I'm sorry. Our resolution number is 1396.
Can you repeat that?
1396?
Yes.
Okay, any other action, Mike?
No action besides
Motion
that.
to adjourn, Mayor.
Second.
We have a motion for an adjournment by Alderman Dyke, seconded by Alderman Albert for an adjournment. Roll call, please.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Gene Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Scott
All right.
Dyke,
Yes.
Angelo Desario.
Yes.
Meeting is adjourned at 9:14 PM. Thank you and good evening.
Chris, we need